Hello children, welcome to our English class. Today we talk about human relations. Human relations are very important in society. We should respect our parents and grandparents. Not only that, we have to help them. Whenever they ask for help, you are ready to help them. And they always looking towards you for some help. Children, look at this picture. You can see one picture here. Old man is sitting lonely on the thinna and the children are playing and the people are sitting under tree and talking and many are doing their own work. See children, as I sit here alone and waiting, I gaze at people passing me by. I try to smile and reach them out, but no one notices, no one waits. They look at me like I am nothing, or they are afraid to be seen saying hi to an old man like me. Children, and think about your grandparents. They are also feeling lonely. Okay, children, it's our duty to look after them very well. Now come to the second part of the lesson, A reading, the journey. Unit 3, Human Relations. About Arthur. Yash Dogchi Tangchi, born in May 1952, is a prominent name in Assami literature. Though he grew up in poverty, he studied well and entered Arunachal Pradesh Civil Services and was later elevated to the Indian Administrative Service. He writes fiction, drama, essays in Assami and English. He has received a national recognition for his novel Mount Mukhar Hriday, which won the Sahitya Akademi Award in 2005. Many of Tangchi's novels, including Sonam, deal with the cultural life of Monpa and the Shitpan tribes of Arunachal Pradesh. Next, we move to the first part of the A reading, the journey. The narrator came place to get married. After marriage, he wanted to take unpaid leave, but due to responsibilities of the family and debts, forced him to join the work. While going to work, no one came forward to carry his bedding. All the villagers were busy in the fields. Narrator's father came forward to carry the luggage. Not to carry his luggage, but he failed to dissuade him. Father had already left with luggage. I walked fast to catch him up. I was tired. Father asked me to take rest. Both of them sat and drank homemade wine. Now, let us come to the second part of the lesson. From third unit, Human Relations, A reading, the journey. Let us go to the glossary. First one, self-conscious, feeling of nervousness about what other people think of you. Uttered, speak. Belated, dismiss, unimportant. Fourth one, pebbles, stones. Fifth one, wallet, purse. Sixth one, protested, declare something firmly, reluctantly, unwilling. And the eighth one, contentment, a feeling of happiness or satisfaction. The ninth one, weary, very tired. And 10th one, strewn, untidy, scattered. So let us come to our reading part. I gave him the can of wine. He poured himself a mug and handed me the can. He drank all of it at one go. He then arranged the belt that was attached to the trunk carefully on his forehead. So, this was the picture. My father carrying my luggage on his back and me following him with a tiny bag in my hand. We were walking up a narrow, hilly road and neither of us uttered a word, as if we were strangers who spoke different languages. I did not know what was going on in his mind. From time to time, it crossed my mind that it was improper for me to let father carry the luggage. I wanted to tell him that I would like to carry the trunk myself, but my guilt and shame did not allow me to do so. This self-consciousness had probably to do with my education, the white-collar job that I had, or quite simply my pride. Somehow I had the feeling that if I carried the luggage, my father and my people, in fact the whole world, would laugh at me and I would be belittled. So, children, we will see the important points in this para. First one, father is carrying 20 kg chest and the son was walking only small tiny bag. Second point, they were walking like strangers who spoke different languages. Third point, his white collar job made him shy to carry his own luggage. Father had provided for my education and I had been able to realize his dreams. My parents were truly proud of me. I was through me that they had earned a greater degree of admiration and respect from the villagers. My father would not like to see me carrying a trunk on my back and would be very hurt if I did so. I concluded that it would be better to let him carry it. Father was used to carrying luggage anyway. He was stronger and more skilled than me in these matters. I had never got used to physical labor, having stayed in hostels right from my childhood. So, in spite of my youth and strength, I was physically useless. So children, now let us sum up some important points. He achieved the dreams of his father. Father works in fields, so father was used to carry luggage. He had never got used to physical labor, having stayed in the hostels right from his childhood. I continued walking silently with father. We rested at two places on the way and had our tiffin, but we hardly talked. Finally, we reached Dirang. The bus from Tawang had not yet reached Dirang. So, we had some time in hand. We entered a tea shop and sat facing each other. Father appeared tired. I felt sorry for him but couldn't bring myself to say anything. I asked the waiter to get us 2 cups of tea. Just as, as I was going to take my first sip, I heard father's voice, "Do you have a pair of old shoes?" So, the last point in this para, children, They sat facing each other in the tea shop. His father asked his son, "Do you have a pair of old shoes?" The third part, why? I asked. The road is uneven and full of pebbles. It hurts while walking. See children, you can observe the shoes on the feet of the father. I looked at father's bare feet, never having worn shoes. His feet had developed cracks and somehow resembled those of an elephant. I noticed this for the first time. I hadn't noticed that the road was uneven. I did not have to since I was wearing a pair of hunting boots. I checked my wallet and saw I still had around rupees 40 with me. A pair of canvas shoe would cost around rupees 12 and the remaining amount would be enough for me to get to Bomdila. Children, we will sum up 3 points from this para. His father feet had developed cracks. Road was uneven. Son wanted to buy a new pair of canvas shoe. See children, father's feet cracked like anything. So maybe it's paining to him while walking. My father protested, "Give me an old pair. You don't have to spend money on new shoes." I couldn't convince him to buy a new pair. Reluctantly, I gave him the hunting boots I was wearing. I then took out my pair of leather shoes from the trunk and noticed my father's face lightening up with contentment. Suddenly, he looked at me and said, "Take care, write to us." Children, see here father's feet and you can observe in the round. So father is wearing a hunting boots. Father asked only old shoes. Father was very happy to see that shoes, his face lightening up with contentment. The last para children, father wanted to say something, but the bus started moving. I saw my father gradually receding into the distance. I saw that the road we had come by looked like a giant motionless rope. Father would use the same road to go back home. Simultaneously, our journey started in two opposite directions. With me seated in the luxurious seat of a bus and father walking back with weary legs on the pebble-strewn road. See children, look at the picture. You can see a road with full of pebbles. It's very difficult to walk on that road. Okay children. The journey comprehension. Question and answers. First question. Why do the narrator and his father walking silently like strangers who spoke different languages? Next, father was walking silently with 20 kg chest on his back, but son was feeling shy to talk his father, a tiny bag in his hand. Not only that, the son wanted to know what was going on in his father's mind. Next question. So second question. The author feared that the whole world would laugh at him if he carried the trunk. Was the fear imaginary or real? Give reasons for your answer. The answer. The author feared that the whole world would laugh if he carried the trunk. His fear was only imaginary. The sentence is
in conditional mode. So it is an imaginary only because no one should be laughed at when anyone carrying his own luggage. Third question. Why did the narrator agree that father was more skilled to carry luggage than himself? See the answer. Father used to carrying luggages. Son stayed in hostel for study, so he had never got used to physical labor right from his childhood. So next come to the next question. Choose one sentence from the story that best express the author's false prestige. Support your answer with details from the story. So come to the answer. The sentence, if I carry the trunk, the world will laugh at me. So it's an false image. No, nowadays many are carrying their own luggage. Next question. What does the phrase opposite directions in the last sentence suggest? So look at the answer. Father love and affection towards his son. Father is going towards his home. Son is going towards his duty. Third point. Father has to go on foot on the pebble-strewn road. But his son is traveling in luxurious bus on a smooth road. The fourth point. Son has new experience with his father. Father also has the same experience with an old pair of shoe. So children, theme of the lesson. The narrator achieved his goal and fulfilled his father's dream. His parents were proud of him. What about you? Are you set a goal to fulfill your parents' dream? True success in all about working towards meaningful goals and dreams. Children, I will share one thing here. The narrator did not observe his father's feet until he asked for old pair of shoes. It's not correct. Parents work very hard for the sake of us. So, we have to realize our responsibility towards family. We have to show love and affection towards our parents and grandparents without any false prestige. Nowadays, parents and children are back of phones and televisions. Instead of that, at least in the evening, switch off the phones and televisions, sit together, all the family members, and have dinner. Parents should share some responsibilities of the family to the children. Learning and sharing starts from family. So, children, learn some commitment towards your family. Thank you. Have a nice day.